Oh, there we go. Hello, everyone. Meteorologist Carly Smith here. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Let's see if we are actually live as I join the Facebook stream with you. So it looks like we are. Today's date is November 8th, and it's a beautiful day outside. I'm loving this weather. I don't know about you. Now we've got the stream up so I can answer your questions. Francis asks, when is the cold front coming in? How long will it last in the rain, and how long will that last? I've got all those answers coming up, so stay tuned. We're gonna get it all started. So right now, what we are looking at is it's trending earlier, still looking at temperatures in the 60s and 50s, heavy rain with the front, then some rain will linger into the upcoming few days as well. And then what we are looking at are some gusty winds with the front, and then waves are actually kind of falling. They may not reach kind of that 6-foot height. It's going to depend on how our coastal low develops, and there's still a bit of a question mark with that coastal low. So breaking it down, first we'll look at Futurecast. So on Futurecast, what you are seeing is that warmer air right now ahead of the front. As the front slides in, we're getting that Pacific moisture stream. I'll break down where that's coming from also toward the end of this slide, but essentially that cooler air starts to move in. It's a shallow level of cool air essentially, and it's going to come in with some storms. So right now, this Futurecast model is showing the storms not reaching Corpus Christi till after midnight. A few models have that trending a little bit earlier. There's a lot of question marks at play within this forecast, but I do want to thank everybody for taking a break maybe during their lunch hour to join in and say hi and talk about the weather change, the weather flip essentially. It's going to be a weather flip, right? So that cooler air is coming in. Then what we are watching is this coastal low. This is kind of the iffy part of the forecast. And so with that coastal low developing as we head into the weekend, that's going to play a role of how much rain we see. So right now, Saturday, heading into 11, this model keeping the coastal low near our coastline. So with the coastal low staying near the coastal bend, that means more rainfall for us, especially along our islands. And that's going to continue on Saturday. The rain gets lighter the closer you head to San Antonio. So if we back it up, we'll break down the timeline one more time. Maybe. So warm, warm, warm. The front approaches B County, Live Oak County, it looks like somewhere between 4 and 9 p.m. I know that's a wide range. This model having it approach at 7 p.m. So ahead of the front on Thursday, we are going to have some isolated showers. I can't specifically narrow down when and where we will see those isolated showers, but they're going to be out throughout the day on Thursday. As the front slides in by 7 p.m., we start to see our rain chances increasing for those northern counties. You'll see that here. Now tomorrow during my Facebook Live, I'll show you a more zoomed in version of this Futurecast, but right now it's still too early to kind of really be giving those specifics out. Does look like it's approaching Corpus Christi by midnight, moving through, kind of stalling near the coast through 6 a.m. So this is kind of a slow moving front, but it looks like the heaviest rain for Corpus Christi could be anywhere as early as about 10 p.m. and then continuing through 6 a.m. depending on which side of the city you live on, because this front's going to kind of slow down. And essentially that means we're going to see most of our rain Thursday night into Friday morning. Then the rain is going to be dependent on a couple of things: an upper atmosphere low and a lower atmosphere low. The coastal low will be at the surface, and so that's going to utilize Gulf moisture, and that's going to keep rainfall mostly along our coastline. If that coastal low tracks farther south, we're going to see less rain. If that coastal low stays to the north, we're going to see more rain. And this particular model, yesterday, if you joined my Facebook Live, we dove into a lot of the difference of the models, the European model, the American model. This one in particular is the European model, and this one is Team Coastal Low, and Team Coastal Low means more rainfall. And so essentially, the European model is keeping Monday rather soggy, whereas the GFS model is actually trending down on the rainfall Sunday into Monday. We'll take a look at how that trend continues as we head into your weekend, Thursday and Friday, and then we'll really kind of know how long we're going to see the rain. But I'm pretty confident we're going to get rain off and on Thursday. Then we're going to see rainfall Thursday night into Friday morning. Then it becomes a little spotty throughout the day on Friday, then a little bit more of a boost of rain into Saturday. And then Sunday and Monday are a bit of a question mark still at this point, but it does look like we will see rain, especially with the way this model is playing out. And this one, I will say the European model has been a little bit more consistent with things. The GFS has been trending back and forth a little bit. So anyway, there it goes. It moves out Tuesday. We're looking dry Wednesday. So Tuesday and Wednesday conditions are drying out, right? Taking a look at rainfall totals, this is the specific high resolution model that's known as the HRRR. And that model shows all the rainfall as the front is arriving very light. So we've got the light green colors in the coastal band for that spotty isolated rain, heavier rainfall totals to our north across North Texas. As the front slides through South Texas, so by Friday morning, we're going to have pockets based on where those heavier showers and storms develop. Yes, there could be a few thunderstorms. I'm trending down in the thunderstorm chances, but there could be a few thunderstorms. We could see rainfall totals as high as 1 to 2 inches. That's going to be Thursday night or Thursday evening into Friday morning. Again, I think that's when we're going to see the most rain. Then it kind of steadies out after that with possibly an uptick heading into Monday. When it comes to our total rainfall for the entire event, San Antonio likely going to see the least amount of rain as we get closer to Corpus, especially depending on how that coastal low plays out. We've been trending 2 to 4 inches for the last few days now, so I'm feeling pretty confident that we will see 2 to 4 inches here. Now, locally higher totals are going to be likely. Those locally higher totals are going to be right along the coast, and it will depend on where that coastal low sets up. And those locally higher totals could be 6, 7, 8 inches. But for now, still trending toward 2 to 4 inches being likely, and the higher totals being more of an outlier. So again, this just kind of emphasizes how if that coastal low is too far south, that's going to bring less rain for us, more rain for the valley, mostly over the weekend. So that would be your Sunday, Monday forecast. If the coastal low stays off our coastline, kind of right around where the Freeport buoy is, that if it stays north, that's more rain for us. We will see those higher rainfall totals that I was talking about. So more on the 4, 5, 6 inch side than the 2 to 4 inch side if it stays this far north. So football games tomorrow in Corpus. I think games in Corpus tomorrow should be good. There will be spotty showers. Games closer to San Antonio, those are the ones that I would be worried about for tomorrow. Zach, the GFS, they've really been working on to make it more accurate, and the high resolution models have been leaning more toward GFS on the timing of the front. The European has been the outlier in how slow the front passes through. However, the European does tend to be more accurate even further out, and so I want to lean with the higher rainfall totals, but the GFS is siding with the frontal passage being with our high-res models that are coming out. The high-res models aren't going far enough out to say where the low moves Sunday into Monday, so that's what makes it tricky. Javier, if your game is on Thursday in San Diego, I would be cautious. If that front moves through faster, there could be a few heavier storms. Right now, it's a close call. The high resolution data is still coming out and still playing a role in what we're going to see. So here's a look at the rain. Friday is going to be our rainiest day. It looks more so Friday morning. So if you do have football games Friday evening, it will likely be a little bit more spotty or a light rainfall where the game won't be canceled. I'm not tracking lightning with any rain that's coming late on Friday. So another factor that's playing a role in how this rain is going to set up, I mentioned the upper atmospheric factor. So essentially there's this piece of energy that's going to come across the Pacific, right? That's the one that's circled right here. As that energy digs south, it is going to essentially develop a brief cutoff low in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere. What that is going to do is continue to stream moisture up out of the Pacific into Texas. And that moisture, you can see the red and the yellow showing up Sunday. This is the European model, so the red and the yellow showing up on Sunday is an indication of heavier rainfall still being into play on Sunday, which would be an indication of those higher rainfall totals, 4-5 inches possible, especially along our coastline. As we continue into Monday, we're still getting some of that energy. As this low pushes into the southeast and weakens, we will quickly dry out, it looks like. And in terms of drying out, I don't necessarily mean our cloud coverage disappears quickly, but the rain will move out by Tuesday. And I'm really confident in that. You can see that here. This is going to be our precipitable water. We're really not going to see any rain until our precipitable water totals get higher. And that's going to happen Thursday, especially Thursday evening. Then as we head into Friday morning, we're still seeing those bright greens. We've got a lot of moisture, a lot of rainfall still likely going to be in play Friday. Saturday and Sunday, it drops a little bit, but it stays really green right along the coast, which is why I think the coastal areas will see the heavier rain Sunday, Monday. Areas inland are not going to see quite as much rain Sunday and Monday. You're going to have more dry time the further inland you live on Sunday and Monday. In fact, you might not see any rain on Sunday and Monday. Everyone, as I mentioned, dries out. Watch. So I still have the same mid to upper level low highlighted here. It doesn't really make sense with the graphic because it's a little bit closer to the surface, but that same mid-level low is highlighted as it moves off to the east. We move out the rainfall. So here's your 7-day forecast. Yes, scattered storms, cool and damp. Saturday and Sunday, more of a ditto forecast. Still cool and damp on Monday, and then rain clearing out there on Tuesday. So let's see if I have a good, here's a look at a temperature breakdown. I kind of focused a lot on the rainfall. 89 your high today, Friday afternoon, 63 with a jacket. Let me see if I have an up-close Futurecast in this. Okay, here's the wind. We didn't talk about that. The wind forecast you'll see moving through. So this model has it still Friday morning. I think this is the European, but regardless, wind is going to be gusty on Friday. We're talking 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Then they will weaken throughout the day on Friday. Rainfall, that's old. I used one of the high-res models this morning, but it doesn't, it looks like I turned it off, so. Anyway, I'll look at your questions too. What is ditto? That's like repeat, rinse and repeat. It's the same, more of the same essentially. Look at that. This is kind of a cool graphic. 80s right now. Corpus Christi 84, Denver 42 behind the front, Kansas City 60 behind the front, Albuquerque 62 behind the front. So that's a hint of what's coming our way. I am doing question and answer right now. I wanted to find my, here's a Futurecast. Okay, we got one. So this was an up close one. Winds are out of the south today, southeast throughout the day today. Thursday, more clouds. That's what you're gonna notice. So this is 8 a.m. 8 a.m. Thursday, more clouds, spotty rain. Then you can see spotty showers. We paused this at 7 p.m., so that's been a lot of the questions Thursday. What's happening at football games? there's a chance. Now, I'm not saying you're totally in the clear because this model says so, but there is a chance for storms. The areas most likely to have those, possibly San Diego, but more so George West and Beeville have the best chance for some rain and a chance of thunderstorms impacting kickoff. This front is going to move through slowly, so it doesn't look like Corpus really gets the rain. Look at all that rain as we head into Friday and Saturday. Oh my. Anyway, I found the one that didn't have the pause points or the front drawn on, but this still works. So there you go. Corpus, it looks like it's moving through around midnight to 3 a.m., 4 a.m., kind of stalling along the coast through 6 a.m. That's the heaviest rain. This rain that follows throughout the day on Friday will be light rainfall that's just going to be annoying to play football in, but it doesn't look like it would be canceling any games. Hey everyone, Santa 2 is coming to the mall. When is that? Football tomorrow in Corpus, I think will be okay. Anything that's happening in George West and Beeville will be a close call. You don't need a big jacket. Let's see if I have any 7 days. So, I mean, we're talking 50s and 60s. It's going to be a humid 50s and 60s. Rain jacket would be more needed with maybe long sleeves. Not seeing any signs of severe weather at this time, Cecilia. Let's see. Okay, I think we've got all the questions. Serio says, do we need to run for a big jacket? I don't think you need a big one. Obviously, we are heading into winter, but right now, I wouldn't need a big one, maybe just a couple of small jackets, definitely a rain layer. Again, one of my earlier Facebook Lives, I mentioned I've definitely been the person who has just put a trash bag over my clothes when it's raining. You kind of just cut a hole in the top and wear it as a poncho. Works wonderfully. So, hey Jan. Hey Lupe, Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday and Sunday do look rainy. Saturday, confident in some rain sticking around. By Sunday, it does become a little bit more iffy how much rain we will see. Monday, probably rain starts to trend back up a bit. So, yeah. Anyway, I think that's it. I don't see any new questions. I don't really see severe weather, but there is a chance for thunderstorms as the front moves through. The timing will probably limit our severe weather opportunity. And so, yeah, this is going to be a nice cool down. We've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, even Wednesday of next week. Doesn't look crazy warm. We do start to warm up a little bit into the next weekend, but overall it doesn't look crazy. This is a nice cool down. It's going to feel good. So anyway, the last thing we got, of course, is you can always check the forecast on our 3 News app or going to KIIITV.com. It's a great tool to have. We've got our tropical updates, which it is the last season or the last month of hurricane season. So not a whole lot of information. Nothing developing in the Gulf anytime soon. So snow here around Christmas, you got to pray for that. That's the only way it really tends to happen. So there is a chance that it has snowed. I don't remember if it was exactly on Christmas, but around Christmas here, so it's not impossible. But rainfall totals, I've gotten off that graphic, but Leray, you asked it right at the last minute. You got it in. 2 to 4 inches is what we're thinking. Now, some local areas, especially along the coast, could easily see higher totals. But that's what we got. Hopefully that answers your questions. Have a wonderful Wednesday, everyone.